Version 1. If you buy today, I will add an XYZ bonus that normally costs $1,000 for free. And I'll do that because I want to reward action takers. See, with Hope, you can see the subtle differences. The first two examples aren't constrained by time. They state that if you buy the program, you will get things you normally would not be able to. The bonus with urgency is about them buying today, and if they do not buy today, they lose those bonuses. Minor difference, but worth noting. Advanced level bonuses, other people's products and services. You can get other businesses to give you their services and products as a part of your bonuses in exchange for exposure to your clients for free. This is free marketing for them and high-value products for you at no cost. Businesses will do this because you are going to give their business exposure for free to the highest quality prospects, your customers. As long as they are not direct competitors, you can get some brownie points, secure some future referral IOUs, and make your offer more valuable at the same time. If you secure enough of these relationships, you can literally justify your entire price in the savings and additional true-to-price bonuses. For example, if I owned a pain clinic, I might get a massage therapist to give me 1 to 2 free massages to incorporate into my offer. On top of that, I might get a chiropractor to give me 2 free adjustments. A low-inflammation food company to give me discounts for their products, discounts for braces and orthotics, a local health club down the street to give me a personal training session for free and a free month of membership to their pool, discounts on pharmaceutical drugs from the local pharmacist. Repeat the above for multiple service providers, so perhaps I get 10 chiropractors to all give me a free adjustment. Now I have 10 free adjustments in my bundle, etc. Now if my offer was $400, then the value of these free bonuses alone is worth more than the $400. As if that weren't already awesome enough, if you really want to be a Jedi, negotiate a group discount and a commission to yourself. This is exactly what we did with our supplement company. Our gym owner clients who use our sister supplement company Prestige Labs sponsored athletes get a 30% discount on our products. On top of that, the sponsored athlete gets paid 40% of all sales netted after the applied discount. So it's a win-win for everyone. Their clients get it for 30% less than our main site. They get paid for giving away exclusive discounts. And we get customers in exchange for the commission paid. Everyone wins. If you are following along, each of these bonuses can become revenue streams for you indirectly by getting clients to say yes more easily, and directly because you can negotiate that each of these businesses can pay you for the people you send their way. So let's also say we negotiated the following affiliate commissions for making the introduction to these businesses. The chiro gives you $100 per person who comes into their office. The food company gives you free food. Orthotics company gives you $100 per person referred. Health Club gives you a free membership or $50 per person who signs up. Pharmacy gives you $100 per person. Now let's look at how much money we made. Our $400 offer now has the possibility of making us an extra $350 pure profit. That's the beauty of these relationships. The other businesses will pay you and you don't have to do anything but refer customers to them that you have already spent the money to acquire. And if you really want to get crazy, come up with a grand slam offer with these partner businesses by using the same concepts in the book so that each of the bonuses themselves becomes even more valuable than a simple commoditized service. Free gift number 8. Bonus. On the bonuses, there are 1,000,001 ways to use bonuses in your offers. You can get people to act faster. You can price anchor and product anchor. LittleAcquisition.com training offers to watch a short video tutorial. I also have a free bonus checklist creating offers. Swipe it for your own business on the house. Summary: we want to employ bonuses because they expand the price to value discrepancy and get people to purchase who otherwise wouldn't. They massively increase the prospect's perception of the value of our offer. So here's what to do. 1. Create checklists, tools, swipe files, scripts, templates, and anything else that would take lots of time and effort to create on one's own, but is easy to use once created. Anything that you can invest in one time that clearly costs time or money to create, but can be given away endless time is a perfect fit for a bonus. 2. Beyond that, make a habit to record every workshop, every webinar, every event, every interview, and use them as additional bonuses. 3. Proactively negotiate group discounts and a referral commission with adjacent businesses that solve needs your customer will have as a result of beginning this process with you. What's the next natural thing they might want? Go to those businesses, get a deal for them they could never get for themselves. The longer you are in business, the more of these bonus assets you will have at your disposal. All of these things are valuable. Put them in a vault and keep them in your back pocket to sprinkle into an offer to get the deal closed. Information products work very well here because they have high perceived value, low cost, and zero operational effort besides giving an additional login. Tickets to virtual experiences or events work too. Same goes for a higher level of service that has a fixed cost, like giving someone VIP service for a month. What should be a bonus versus part of the core offer if I am the one fulfilling it? Short answer, wow factor. In other words, something you wouldn't want someone to miss. Many times you have so much stuff you will be providing your customers that valuable nuggets can get lost in the mix. You want to take the most distinct ones that can almost stand on their own and pull those out to highlight them. This is especially true for things that are short in length but high in quality or value. Checklists or infographics can condense a lot of information into a small space. Someone might not feel justified paying lots of money for a product launch map, but as a bonus would be perceived as very valuable. Next up, we have our core offer. We are presenting it in a way to increase scarcity and urgency to increase the likelihood they want it even more. We stack the bonuses of our offer to make the price to value discrepancy out of this world and break our prospects' minds. Next on our magical journey, we'll be addressing the big elephant in the room, risk. We will completely obliterate it using a combination of guarantees so they have no reason not to buy. 15. Enhancing the offer. Guarantees you're gonna like the way you look, I guarantee it. MENSWAREHOUSEADTH at R and FOREVER. The single greatest objection for any product or service being sold is, drumroll, risk. Risk that it doesn't do what it's supposed to do for them. Therefore, reversing risk is an immediate way to make any offer more attractive. You will want to spend a disproportionate amount of time figuring out how you want to reverse it. That being said, how much more attractive can a guarantee make an offer? Jason Fladlien, who I referenced earlier, once stated that he had seen the conversion on an offer 2-4x simply by changing the quality of the guarantee. It's that important. From an overarching perspective, there are 4 types of guarantees. 1. Unconditional. 2. Conditional. 3. Anti-guarantee. 4. Implied guarantees. You must always hit your guarantee hard, even if you don't have one. Say it boldly and give the reason why. But won't people take advantage of a crazy guarantee? Sometimes, but not usually. That being said, you must understand the math. If you close 130% as many people and your refund percentage doubles from 5% to 10%, you've still made 1.23x the money, or 23% more, and that all goes to the bottom line. X, 100 sales, 5 refunds equals 95 net sales. Guarantee offer 130 sales, 13 refunds equals 117 net sales. 117.95 equals 1.23x. Don't be emotional, just do the math. For a guarantee to not be worth it, the increase in sales would have to be 100% offset by people who refunded. So an absolute increase in sales of 5% would need to be offset by an absolute increase in refunds of 5%. So, for the most part, the stronger the guarantee, the higher the net increase in total purchases, even if the refund rate increases alongside it. Warning: while guarantees can be effective sellers, people who buy because of guarantees can become very shitty customers. A person who only buys because of a guarantee is a person who may not be willing to put in the work necessary to see success with your product or service. In a world where you want to reverse risk and get customers the best outcome possible, tying your guarantee to the things they need to do to be successful can help all parties. Pro tip, high-cost services warning: if you have a tremendous amount of cost associated with your product or service, you will likely want to employ a conditional guarantee or an ANTI guarantee, as you will have to eat the cost of the refund and the cost of fulfilling. Types of guarantees. What makes a guarantee have power is a conditional statement. If you do not get X result in Y time period, we will Z. To give a guarantee teeth, you have to decide what you'll do if they don't get the result. Without the or what portion of the guarantee, it sounds weak and diluted. Note, this is what most marketers do. Bad example, we will get you 20 clients guaranteed. Better example, you will get 20 clients in your first 30 days, or we give you your money back plus your advertising dollars spent with us. This is a simple but strong guarantee. Here are the 4 types of guarantees. I'll go over them in theory, then we will apply them. 1. Unconditional guarantees. As I stated earlier, there are unconditional, conditional, and anti-guarantees. Unconditional are the strongest guarantees. They're basically a trial where they pay first then see if they like it. This gets a lot more people to buy, but you will have some people refund, especially as consumer culture continues to shift towards entitlement and zero accountability. 2. Conditional guarantees. Conditional guarantees include terms and conditions to the guarantee. These are the ones you can get very creative on. In general, you want these to be better than money-back guarantees. Because if they are going to make an investment, you want to match their investment psychologically with an equal or higher perceived commitment. These also can have a very powerful effect on getting clients' results. If you know the key actions someone must take in order to be successful, make those part of the conditional guarantee. In a perfect world, 100% of your customers would qualify for a conditional guarantee, but will have achieved their result and therefore will not want to take it. That is an ideal we can all aspire towards. And just FYI, if given the option of getting a refund or getting the outcome they were promised, the vast majority of people will take the outcome. 3. Anti-guarantees. Anti-guarantees are when you explicitly state all sales are final. You will want to own this position. You must come up with a creative reason why the sales are final. Typically, you'll want to show a massive exposure or vulnerability on your part that a consumer could immediately understand and think, yes, that makes sense. These types of guarantees are especially important with items that are consumable or massively diminish in value once given. 4. Implied guarantees. Implied guarantees are any offer that is a performance-based offer. This comes in many different forms. Rev share, profit share, triggers, ratchets, monetary bonuses, etc. are all examples. The end-all concept is the same: if I don't perform, I don't get paid. Unique to this particular structure, it also confers the upside of if I do a great job, I will be very well compensated. These only work in situations where you have transparency for measuring the outcome and trust that you will get compensated when you do perform. Stacking guarantees. An experienced salesman understands that, like bonuses, you can actually stack guarantees. For example, you could give an unconditional 30-day no questions asked guarantee, then on top of that give a conditional triple your money back 90-day guarantee. That would be an example of stacking an unconditional with a conditional guarantee. You can also stack 2 conditional guarantees around different outcomes. For example, you'll make $10,000 by 60 days, $30,000 by 90 days as long as you do thing 1, 2, and 3. This future paces the prospect into an outcome they now believe is far more likely. Doing this shows the prospect you are serious about getting them results and convinced that they will achieve what they want. This shifts the burden of risk back from them onto us, a very powerful strategy. Let's go through some different guarantee examples. Guarantee: if you don't achieve X and Y time, we will. No questions asked refund guarantee. What the client gets: A. a full refund, B. a 50% refund, C. a refund of their ad spend and any ancillary costs incurred, D. you pay for a competitor's program instead, E. you return their money plus an additional $1,000 might take. This is about as simple as it gets. It's also very risky. You put yourself in a situation where if someone does not achieve the results, whether because of your fault or not, you will still be held accountable. Obviously, this is a strong, but unoriginal guarantee. You can add conditions, but the more conditions you add, the faster this guarantee loses its teeth. Wording: I heard Jason Fladlien, who I referenced earlier, pitch his unconditional guarantee on a webinar, and I thought it was unbelievable. These are 100% his words and not my own. I take no credit for this, but have included it for completeness. I'm not asking you to decide yes or no today. I'm asking you to make a fully informed decision, that is all. The only way you can make a fully informed decision is on the inside, not the outside. So you get on the inside and see if everything we say on this webinar is true and valuable to you. Then, if it is, that's when you decide to keep it. If it's not for you, no hard feelings. You will then, after signing up at URL, be able to make a fully informed decision that this isn't for you. But you can't make this decision right now for the same reason you don't buy a house without first looking at the inside of it. And know this, whether it's 29 minutes or 29 days from now, if you ain't happy, I ain't happy. For any reason whatsoever, if you want your money back, you can get it, because I only want to keep your money if you're happy. All you have to do is go to support@xyz.com and tell us, give me my money, and you got it. And in short order, our response times to any support request average 61 minutes over a 24/7 time period. You can only make such a guarantee when you're confident that what you have is the real deal, and I'm fairly confident that when you sign up at URL, you're getting exactly what you need to benefit. Pro tip: name your guarantee something cool. If you are going to give a guarantee, spice it up. Instead of using satisfaction or some other vanilla word, describe it more strongly. 30-day money-back satisfaction guarantee. Creative imagery example number 1. In 30 days, if you wouldn't jump into shark-infested waters to get our product back, we will return every dollar you paid. Creative imagery example number 2. You will get our famous Club a Baby Seal guarantee after 30 days of using our services. If you wouldn't club a baby seal to stay on as a customer, you don't have to pay a penny. Satisfaction-based refund guarantee. What the client gets: if at any time they're not satisfied with the level of service they're receiving from you, they can request a refund for the program. My take: believe it or not, this was my guarantee when I sold weight loss programs. Besides being an irresistible offer, I guaranteed satisfaction. I used the strength of my guarantee to close a lot of deals. Do you think I'd still be in business if I gave a crazy guarantee like that and wasn't good at what I did? Now I'm not guaranteeing you're going to hit this goal in 6 weeks, after all, because I can't eat the food for you. But I am guaranteeing that you will get $500 worth of value and service from us to support you. If you don't feel like we gave you that level of service, I'll write you a check the day you tell me we suck. It works perfectly with a best case, worst case close. Best case, you get the body of your dreams, and we give you all your money towards staying with us to hit your long-term goal. Worst case, you tell me I suck, I write you a check, and you get 6 weeks of free training. Both options are risk-free. But the only thing guaranteed not to help you is walking out of here today. If you are good at what you do, you can use a guarantee like this to push a lot of people over the edge. That line made me a lot of money. I had 2 people take me up on it out of 4,000 sales in 3.5 years. Satisfaction, no questions asked, is the highest form of guarantee. It means we could do everything right and you could still ask for your money back. As long as you know the math, you will typically make up for the refunds in spaces with higher and faster closing on the sales side. But you have to be good at fulfilling your promises. If not, steer clear. I believe this offer works much better in lower ticket situations. It becomes very risky as you go into higher ticket services with higher costs of fulfillment. Pro tip: unconditional versus conditional based on business type. Bigger, broader guarantees work better with lower ticket B2C businesses. The higher the ticket and the more business oriented it is, the more you want to steer towards specific guarantees. That may or may not include refunds, and may or may not have outsized refund guarantee. What the client gets: double or triple their money back, or a no strings attached payment of $X, XXX. My take: this is for when you sell something with high margins. And this is a guarantee to add with a consumption condition. That means they must do a variety of things to qualify for this guarantee. A world-class affiliate marketer, Jason Fladlien, recently used an amazing guarantee for a course he sold. He said, if you buy this course and spend $X on advertising your e-commerce store using the methods herein and don't make money, I will buy your store from you for $25,000, no questions asked. He claimed that an additional $3 million in sales came from this crazy guarantee on a $2,997 course. What's more, he only gave 10 of these $25,000 refunds out. So the refund generated $2.75 million in extra sales. That's what a crazy guarantee does for you. In general, a very strong guarantee like this will definitely drive more sales. This really serves the purpose when you need a lot of stuff to be done by your prospect, and, assuming those things are done, there's a low chance of the result not being achieved. Sometimes a guarantee like this can actually get clients better results on top. This guarantee will typically outperform a traditional 30-day money-back guarantee in terms of net conversions. Service guarantee: what the client gets, you keep working for them free of charge until X is achieved. My take: this is probably my personal favorite guarantee of all time. It essentially guarantees they will achieve their goal, but it eliminates the element of time. You are never at risk for losing the money. The guarantee is around the outcome. To add further flavor to it, you can make this guarantee conditional on them doing key actions linked with success: setting up a web page, attending calls, showing up to workouts, weighing in, reporting data, etc. Real talk, since I have been advising businesses to use this particular guarantee, I have yet to have a single person say a client took them up on it. Realistically, if someone actually does everything you asked them to do and doesn't achieve the result by the time you had said, one of two things usually happens. 1. Seeing your client's commitment, you happily keep working with them until they achieve the desired result. 2. It gets dropped. Your client is likely very close to the goal, which means satisfied. Also, it's likely the sales conversation with the guarantee was months earlier. What may have been important in the sales conversation is a distant memory now, replaced by their affection towards you, your business. Modified service guarantee: what the client gets, you give them another Y-long period of service or access to your product services free of charge. Generally, Y should give them at least twice the duration. My take: this is like the service guarantee, but it ties a specific duration to your extended work involvement. So instead of being on the hook forever, you're only on the hook for an additional Y period of time. I've seen it work magically and keep the business on the hook for a more finite period of time, which may be an easier place for you to start before doing the all-out service guarantee above. Credit-based guarantee: what the client gets, you give them back what they paid, but in a credit toward any service you offer. My take: this is best used during an upsell process to seal the deal on a service they are unsure they will like. They already like what they have, you are trying to sell them more of that. Worst case, they can apply it to the thing they already like. So it maintains goodwill with the customer. Personal service guarantee: what the client gets, you work with them one-on-one, free of charge, until they reach X objective or result. My take: this is absolutely one of the strongest guarantees in existence. It's like a service guarantee on crack. You will definitely want to add conditions, though. They must respond back in 24 hours, they must use the products you tell them to, they must XYZ. Only if they do that, will you keep working with them one-on-one. This is especially powerful as you scale and become more edified as a business owner. Can you imagine one of my salespeople saying, "Alex will personally work with you until your offer converts"? Right. It would work. It would also be a nightmare. So I would probably put contingencies like, provided you've already spent $10,000 on your existing offer using our structure, the offer you ran was for lead generation, and it was a free offer. These are things that would make it unlikely they would not succeed. If for some reason they hadn't with those stipulations in place, I could probably fix their problem in 10 minutes just looking at it. Hotel plus airfare perks guarantee: what the client gets, if you don't receive value, we will reimburse your product and your hotel plus airfare. My take: this is technically a refund of ancillary costs from our first example. I just love it a lot for workshops and in-person experiences. Normally the event would cost more than the hotel and airfare, so it's like adding an extra $1,000 to a guarantee, but way more tangible. It's original enough that people like it. Wage payment guarantee. What the client gets, you offer to pay their hourly rate, whatever that may be, if they don't find your call session with them valuable. My take, this is also an ancillary cost guarantee, just a very original one. If someone ever actually asks for the wage payment, just ask them for their tax return and divide it by 1,960. But no one asking for a refund will actually do that, so you will never actually have to give one of these out. Like ever. Release of service guarantee. What the client gets, you let them out of their contract free of charge. My take, this voids a commitment or cancellation fee. If you have a business that has enforceable commitments, contracts, or clauses, this can be a powerful guarantee. Better yet, if you are in a business that does not enforce your contracts, then you have nothing to lose by adding the guarantee. Delayed second payment guarantee. What the client gets, you won't bill them again until after they make or get their first outcome. X. Lose your first £5. Make your first sale. Get your website live, etc. My take, I like this a lot, especially if you have a very systematized process for getting the first result. It gets the prospect thinking in fast action terms and gets them moving. It will also focus your team on activating your client. This is a great one when you know what metric or action drives activation of a client. I've successfully used this guarantee loads of times. First outcome guarantee. What the client gets, you continue to pay their ancillary costs until they reach their first outcome. Example, if you don't make your first sale in 14 days, we will pay for your ad spend until you do. My take, just like the delayed second payment, just centered around a different cost. I personally like this setup a lot. It keeps everyone focused on getting that first dollar over the bridge. Once that one comes across, the second comes soon after. All sales are final. What the client gets, access to super exclusive, very valuable service product. Likely, this is a very powerful thing that once seen cannot be unseen, or once used cannot be taken away. Example, a line of code to improve your checkout experience on a website. Once someone received this code, they could try and use it without paying you. Or a series of opening messages for picking up girls, or opening sentences for messaging cold prospects. Things that are very valuable but incredibly easy to steal after they've been seen. Understood. My take, this can enhance the persuasiveness of the sale and the value of the product or service. It essentially implies that the client is going to use it and see an immense benefit, thereby exposing the business to vulnerability. It acts as a damaging admission. We have an all sales are final policy, but that is because our product is so exclusive and so powerful that once used it cannot be unused. Since it is so standard to have some sort of guarantee, not having one is attention-worthy. So instead of being wishy-washy, lean into the fact this thing works so well and is so easy to copy, you must make all sales final. They'll believe you even more if you take this position. We are going to show you our proprietary process that we are using right now to generate leads in our business. Our funnels, ads, and metrics. We're going to be exposing the inner workings of our business. As a result, all sales are final. Note, strong reason why is needed here. Just make one up that sounds compelling. The more you can show real exposure, the more effective this will be. Anti-guarantees can also work very well with high-ticket products and services that require a lot of work or customization. If you're the type of customer who needs a guarantee before taking a jump, then you are not the type of person we want to work with. We want motivated self-starters who can follow instructions and are not looking for a way out before they even begin. If you are not serious, don't buy it. But if you are, boy, are you going to make a killing. From these examples, you should get the idea. Implied guarantees, performance models, rev shares, and profit-sharing performance. A. Only pay me $XXX per sale, $XXX per show. B. $XX per LB lost rev share. A. 10% of top-line revenue. B. 20% profit share. C. 25% of revenue growth from baseline profit share, A, X% of profit, B, X% of gross profit ratchets, 10% if over X, 20% if over Y, 30% if over Z bonuses triggers, I get X when Y occurs. What the client gets, if you do not perform, they do not have to pay. If you perform, your compensation has been determined based on an agreement decided upon before you begin working. My take, performance, rev share, and profit shares aren't guarantees per se, but for all intents and purposes, they are. There is an implied guarantee whenever you enter into a rev share or performance partnership. If you don't make money, you don't have to pay me. In my opinion, this is one of, if not the most desirable setup. First, because it makes you accountable to your client's results. Second, it weeds out low performers. Perfect alignment between client and service provider fosters collaboration and a long-term relationship. I'm a big fan. The drawbacks are tracking and collection. So if you can find a way around that, you've hit a gold mine. This is a part of the offer we teach our agencies who use our software. We help them switch from a retainer model to a performance model and wrap that into the Grand Slam offer I walked through earlier. I've seen countless agencies go from $20,000 MO to $200,000 plus MO in a matter of a few months. You can also pair a rev share or performance setup with a minimum. It would be like saying we get the greater of $1,000 or 10% of revenue generated. So if the client doesn't generate money because of whatever reason, this at least covers your costs of services, etc. Or saying we get $1,000 MO for the first 3 months, then after that, it switches to 100% performance. This would be ideal for a setup that takes a lot of time to get going. These types of offers work well when you have quantifiable outcomes. The stronger, of course, is no guaranteed payment without performance. Create your own winning guarantee. Reversing risk is the #1 way to increase the conversion of an offer. Experienced marketers spend as much time crafting their guarantees as the deliverables themselves. It's that important. I have personally used all the guarantees listed above. But you can come up with your own. The key is to identify a client's biggest fears, pain, and perceived obstacles. What do they not want to have happen if they pay you? What are they most afraid of? Reverse their fears into a guarantee. Think of the time, emotion, and outside costs associated with any program or service. The more specific and creative the guarantee is, the better. That being said, guarantees are enhancers. They can enhance the magnetism or attraction of any offer, but they cannot make a business. If a guarantee is used to cover up a poor sales team or a poor product, it will backfire into lots of refunds. No bueno. My advice, start selling service-based guarantees or setting up performance partnerships. This will make all sales final. Most importantly, it will commit you to your customers' results and keep you honest. From there, either keep that guarantee and scale, or move up the food chain to less restrictive guarantees to increase volume. We now have a core offer built and guarantees chosen. Next up. Now all we have to do is put a bow on this puppy and actually name it. Naming an offer correctly determines how well your advertising converts, how big of a response you get from outbound emails, cold calls, texts, and how many inbound responses you get from organic comments. It matters. That being said, I will show you how to generate unlimited names or wrapping paper for your offer. That way it never fatigues, no matter how small your market may be. This is the key to evergreen lead generation. Free gift number 9 bonus. Create a winning guarantee with me. Guarantees can make or break businesses. They are like dynamite. They can be incredibly powerful if in the hands of an expert. Go to acquisition. Training offers and select creating guarantees to watch a short video tutorial so you can start using this in your business to make more sales ASAP. I also made a free guarantee checklist for you to use when thinking through all the variables. As always, it's absolutely free. Enjoy. 16. Enhancing the offer. Naming implicit egotism effect. We are generally drawn to the things and people that most resemble us. Like the tree that falls in the forest that no one hears, having a grand slam offer will not make you money if no one finds out about it. The goal must be that upon hearing about your offer, your ideal prospects are interested enough to take action. Naming it properly is an integral part of this process. Here's an example. Say you see a free 6-week stress release challenge and a float tank center session. While they may be the same thing, just named differently, you're much more likely to respond to the first. Now here's the rub: over time, offers fatigue. And in local markets, they fatigue even faster. Why? In a local market, it costs relatively little to reach an entire population. On most platforms you can reach 1,000 people for about $20. So, if there are 200,000 people in your addressable area, then it would only cost you $10,000 to reach all of them one time. Important disclaimer: reaching an audience one time in no way means an offer is fatigued. Most people don't even notice an offer on the first mention. That's why you need to create new creative and new hooks, stories, and copy around the same offers. You can still use offers for a long time. But when we're talking about years of use, not months, offers can eventually fatigue. Over time you can rename the offer to refresh it. This one concept will get you leads forever. I mean it. So pay attention. We are not changing the actual offer. We are only changing the wrapping paper. If you've put together a bundled offering, you're still ultimately going to be doing the same things. The work you do, services you provide, and products you offer will remain unchanged as the name shifts. Again, we're simply changing the wrapper. Here's the simplest formula I've come up with for this process. Important note: not all these components are mandatory. You will typically use 3 to 5 of them in naming a program or service. If you can fit them all in, great, but it's likely the name will become too long. The shorter and punchier the better. So it's a balance between brevity and specificity. The only way to really know what works is to write the names out and test them. Let's run through the components now. Author note: marketing theory if you like understanding the concepts behind my chosen MAGIC formula. Each roughly translates to attention, discrimination, purpose, timeline, and method. Make a magnetic reason why we start the name with a word or phrase that tells people the reason why we are running our promotion. I like to tell people to think like a fraternity party planner. When I was in college, we had a party once because a guy got his wisdom teeth removed. I say this to say, the reason why can literally be anything. It really doesn't matter so long as you believe it. And you can even make a joke of it like the fraternity example. But this should answer one or both of the following questions: why are they making this great offer? Or why should I respond to this offer? What's in it for me? Examples: free, 88% off, giveaway, 88% off, spring, summer, back to school, grand opening, new management, new building, anniversary, Halloween, New Year. Note: I will discuss how to monetize free and discounted offers in Volume 3, Money Models. Announce your avatar. This component calls out your ideal avatar, who you are looking for and who you are not looking for as a client. You want to be as specific as possible, but no more. When in a local area, the more local you can make your headline, the more it will convert. So don't do a city, try and go to the submarket or hyperlocal area. Not Baltimore but Towson, Maryland, not Chicago, but Hinsdale, etc. Examples: Bee Cave dentists, Rolling Hills moms, brick and mortar businesses, salon owners, retired athletes, Brooklyn busy executives. Give them a goal. This is where you articulate your prospect's dream outcome. It can be a single word or a phrase. It can be an event, a feeling, an experience, or an outcome, anything that would excite them. The more specific and tangible, the better. Examples: pain-free, celebrity smile, first place, never out of breath, perfect product, grand slam offer, little black dress, double your profit, first client, high ticket, 7-figure, 100K, etc. Indicate a time interval. You're just letting people know the duration to expect here. This gives an example of how long your results will take to achieve. Note, if you're making any sort of quantifiable claim, most platforms will not approve this type of messaging with a stated duration to achievement because it implies a guarantee. It implies they are going to get this outcome in a period of time, which goes against many platform rules. So don't give a quantifiable outcome with the duration unless your platform allows it. That being said, duration is a powerful component of a Grand Slam offer, and you should definitely use it anywhere you don't need to deal with compliance. Alternatively, if the goal you help them with is not a claim per se, then absolutely use a time interval. $10,000 in 10 days versus make your first sale in 10 days. Examples: AA minutes, BB hours, CC days, DD weeks, Z months. 4-hour, 21 day, 6-week, 3-month, complete with a container word. The container word denotes that this offer is a bundle of lots of things put together. It's a system. It's something that can't be held up to a commoditized alternative. Examples: challenge, blueprint, bootcamp, intensive, incubator, masterclass, program, detox, experience, summit, accelerator, fast track, shortcut, sprint, launch, slingshot, catapult, explosion, system, getaway, meetup, transformation, mastermind, launch, game plan, deep dive, workshop, comeback, rebirth, attack, assault, reset, solution, hack, cheat code, liftoff, etc. Pro tip: find time to rhyme. Good rhymes stick in people's minds. Rhyme your program name to win the game. Google Rhyming Dictionary for an easy shortcut. Note: don't try and force it. It's not a requirement, it's just a nice to have. X, 6-pack fast track, 5-day book print sprint, marriage thrive deep dive, 12-week 2-putt shortcut, 12-month no debt reset, celebrity but shortcut, get some ass masterclass, etc. You get the idea. Pro tip: alliteration. Alliteration is when you make all of the words start with the same letter or sound. An alternative approach to rhyming is to use alliteration when naming your program. This is easier for most people than rhyming. Again, you do not need to rhyme or alliterate. Don't force it. Make Money Masterclass, Change Your Life Challenge, Big Booty Bootcamp, Debt Detox, Real Estate Reset, Life Coach Liftoff, etc. I might be weird, but naming offers is one of my favorite parts of this process. What I want to highlight, yet again, is that your actual money model, pricing, and services will remain largely unchanged. Changing the wrapper simply means changing the exterior perception of what your Grand Slam offer is. Below you'll find a few examples of named offers for different industries. Wellness free 6-week Lean by Halloween challenge, 88% off. 12-week bikini blueprint free, 21-day mommy makeover, 60-minute make your friends jealous model hair system, 6-week stress release challenge, bend over pain free in 42 days. Healing Fast Track Doctors, $2,000 off. Celebrity Smile Transformation Lakeway Moms, $1,500 off your kids' braces. Lakeway Moms, 12 months to a perfect smile. Back to school free braces giveaway, grand opening, free x-ray and treatment, instant relief, back sore no more. 90-day rapid healing intensive tightness, $1 massage new client summer special coaching, 5 clients in 5 days. Blueprint 7F agency, 12-week intensive, 14-day find your perfect product launch, fill your gym in 30 days. I could keep listing these, but hopefully you get the idea. Now it's time for you to give it a try for your Grand Slam offer. Again, you don't necessarily have to use all the power components of the headline. Using 3 to 5 will typically create something that is more unique and desirable, allowing you to separate yourself from the competitive field and create an offer that will get clicks and engagement and ultimately make you money. Furthermore, you don't need to do them in the MAGIC order. Do what sounds punchier to you. After doing this for a while, you'll see that some offers convert better than others. That's natural. And every once in a while you'll get a name that takes off like a rocket. I honestly have no idea why some names win and others do not. So, don't be emotional about it. Keep trying. Keep striking out. Then try more. You'll get there. Now that you have several working names for your offer, you can use 2 to 3 of your best names in your advertising campaign. Quickly note the winner. Then use that as a control to test against with new names. That is how you promote. Pro tip: name sub-items and bonuses. Use the magic headline formula for each item in your stack and bundle. It will automatically enhance the value of your offerings simply by naming in a way that resonates with your prospects. What happens when offers fatigue? As you market offers, you will need to create variations over time as the tastes of the market change over time. Here's the order in which you will change things to keep lead flow consistent. 1. Change the creative. 2. Change the body copy in your ads. 3. Change the headline, the wrapper of your offer. 4. Free 6-week lean challenge to free 6-week tone challenge. 5. Holiday hangover to New Year New You. 6. Change the duration of your offer. 7. Change the enhancer of your offer. 8. Change the monetization structure, the series of offers you give prospects, and the price points associated with them. I follow this variation framework because most of the time it's the first handful of items that need to be changed. Typically, they need to be changed again and again without touching anything on the bottom of the list. For example, when ads fatigue, we don't change our entire business. We just run the same ad again with a different video or image. Once that stops working, we change it again. Eventually, you need to change the words in your ads. And repeat the process. Then, and only then, would you change the wrapper. Let's say we change from a 6-week stress release challenge to a 42-day relaxing holidays challenge for a massage center. Same core offer, just a different wrapper. Then, of course, you could change the duration of your offer 6 weeks to 28 days or 8 weeks, etc. The lower on the list you go, the more operationally heavy it is, so really be sure you have exhausted the earlier lighter ways of varying your offer. Once you monetized an offer, rarely should you change it. Just rinse and repeat over and over and over again. This can be hard because we are entrepreneurs and love change. Change here usually just creates inefficiency and operational drag, costing you money. No bueno. So use your entrepreneurial ADD on the wrapper first, the look and feel of the offer. Then change the seasonality of the offer. Then change the duration. If you're still stuck, change what you are giving away for free or discount. Change the entire machine behind it only as a last resort and for a darn good reason, especially once you get traction. But how do you get initial traction? Good question. Try the offer structure and headline that you think has the highest likelihood of working. Then stick with it. And if they don't convert at first, don't worry. You'll get better. Oftentimes, if you are using these types of models, many of them will work. In that case, stick with the one that gives you the highest return. You can also rotate between offers if it doesn't create lots of operational drag for your type of business. This is the ultimate position of power. You have multiple aces in the hole that you can play at any time, which keeps your marketing converting at an even higher level. Author note: marketing local businesses. Ironically, local business marketing is both easier and harder than national level marketing. It's easier to get to work, but harder to keep working or scale. And the reason is, in local markets, it's easier because there is trust in the familiar. So selling in person at higher prices in a local market is inherently easier. It means you will convert a much higher percentage of your leads. This makes marketing work most of the time. The downside of local marketing is that offers fatigue rapidly because there is only a limited radius that a local business can serve. To reference an earlier concept, the TAM for a brick and mortar is only its immediate radius. So by extension, the smaller the radius, the faster offers fatigue. This is the double-edged sword of local. Learning to rapidly variate my offers, headlines, and creative when I had my local businesses was a cornerstone skill that made my expansion to national-level advertising much easier for me. So if you are in a local market, just remember you aren't going to change the value stack of your offer. You are just going to change the way it to the marketplace in your marketing. Naming summary: we must appropriately name our offer to attract the right avatar to our business. True to the moniker, people do judge a book by its cover. Half-ass naming your product or offering can ruin conversions. Don't fall victim to lazy naming. Follow the steps here to name your product or service offering and watch the same offer get 2x, 3x, or 10x the response rate. You'll believe it when you see it. I know I did. Enhancing your offer section recap. Congrats. You figured out how to make your offer valuable, how to break your services into component parts, and how to rebundle them into a more valuable whole. You added a guarantee to get more people to buy your offer and actually consume it so they could be more successful. You presented it with urgency and scarcity to get more people to desire it. And now you've named your offer so it attracts the right prospects and repels the bad ones, all while containing a big promise everyone can understand. But we covered a lot, so I want to give you a quick breather before we forge into Book 2 to help you attract clients and monetize your offer. Free gift number 10 bonus. Create the perfect name for your product. Naming your product properly helps your avatar know the product is for them and is valuable and will solve their problems. If you want to do this live with me, go to acquisition.com training offers and select naming products to watch a short video tutorial so you can start using this in your business to make more sales ASAP. I also made a free naming formula checklist for you to use and reuse with your team. It also works for naming promotions. As always, it's absolutely free. Enjoy. Section V, Execution. How to make this happen in the real world. Your first $100,000. The first $100,000 is a bitch, but you gotta do it. I don't care what you have to do. If it means walking everywhere and not eating anything that wasn't purchased with a coupon, find a way to get your hands on $100,000. After that, you can ease off the gas a little bit. Charlie Munger, Vice Chairman, Berkshire Hathaway, March 2017. My heart was racing. I could literally feel each beat pounding in my chest. I clenched my jaw to fend off the knot in my throat that I knew would lead to tears. I wanted to give in. Years of emotions were bottled below the surface. Years of ignoring my reality and lack of success. Years of putting off how I felt, just focusing on moving forward. The pressure was shooting to the surface. I could feel it. We did it, I said. Layla, my wife now, looked up at me. She was in the kitchen making dinner and stopped, spatula in hand. What do you mean? We did it. We hit $100,000. I could barely get the words out because I didn't want the tears to break through the tremble in my voice. Like revenue? No. Like in our personal bank accounts. Holy shit, really? That's amazing. She ran over to me, disregarding the food on the stove, and wrapped her arms around my neck, spatula still in hand. I'm so proud of you, she squeezed me. I slumped into her arms. It was like every knot in my body that I had been holding onto melted all at once. I could barely contain myself. But when I think back to it, the feeling I had wasn't happiness. It was relief. I'd moved from fear to security. I'd traded feeling like a failure every day, watching my work and effort yield nothing, to realizing a dream. The constant anxiety and fear of what are we gonna do finally be replaced by something else. I finally had time to let myself feel something. I felt like this struggle chapter of life was finally over. Look, I said. It's for real. I nuzzled my head out of Layla's arms. I didn't want to look her in the eyes because I knew it would put me over the edge. I pulled my phone out and put it between us. We both stared at the unmoving screen with our personal bank account balance. $101,018. Our gazes remained unbroken as they confirmed a new, shared reality. It wasn't an illusion. It wasn't revenue. It wasn't profit that was still in the business account, only to be taken out later by some unforeseen emergency. It wasn't earmarked money that had to be used to pay off some debt. It was ours. For real. Babe, I said. We could fuck up and not make another dollar for 3 straight years and still be okay. At the time, $33,000 per year was more than enough for us to live at our current expenses for 3 years and some. Years of ups and downs. Years of plowing money into my business only to watch it vanish in overhead, payroll, and mistakes. Years of seminars, courses, workshops, coaching programs, masterminds. Had FINALLY turned into wealth? It felt like I had broken into a new plane. The relative increase in wealth was more than I ever felt. Tens of millions of dollars in the bank later, it was, and still is, the richest I have ever felt in my life. It was the beginning of the next chapter in my life as a business person and entrepreneur. Some people get there fast. Some people get there slowly. But everyone gets there eventually, as long as you don't give up. Keep moving forward. Keep getting up. Keep believing it can happen. And it will. In a nutshell, we've covered a lot. And I think it's important for information to sink in, that it be consolidated and restated. So this is the back of the napkin bullet list to summarize what we've learned so far and why. 1. We covered why you must not be a commodity in this marketplace. 2. Why you should pick a normal or growing market, and why niches get you riches. 3. Why you should charge a lot of money. 4. How to charge a lot of money using the 4 core value drivers. 5. How to create your value offer in 5 steps. 6. How to stack the value, deliver it, and make it profitable. 7. How to shift the demand curve in your favor using scarcity. 8. How to use urgency to decrease the action threshold of buyers. 9. How to strategically use bonuses to increase the demand of your offer. 10. How to completely reverse buyer risk with a creative guarantee. 11. How to name it in a way that resonates with your avatar. You now have a valuable, high-margin, decommoditized Grand Slam offer. This is the first building block of a wonderful business, a product or service that people desperately want and truly solves their problem. For many, this will be enough to make far more sales, at higher prices, with more profit. Your first true Grand Slam offer should be able to get you to your first $100,000. For others, you will still want more. Which is 100% your right as a capitalist. There's so much more to building an acquisition machine profitably. I could not cover it all in one book. Out of respect for you, I wanted to make this thorough but manageable. That being said, the next book is dedicated to exactly that, getting more, through generating leads. In that book, I will break down exactly how to acquire customers at a profit. Meaning, if you structure your promotions correctly, you should never have to pay for a new customer again. That is the subject of Acquisition.com Volume 2, $100 million, Lead Generation. Final thoughts: entrepreneurship is about acquiring skills, beliefs, and character traits. To advance, I find that we must determine which skills, beliefs, and character traits we lack. Most times, we simply need to improve. And the only way to do that is through learning from experience and/or high-quality sources. I have received terrible advice from people who were ahead of me at the time. And though experience is the best teacher, she is not the kindest. It is my most sincere hope that what I produce provides the guidance I so desperately needed when I was coming up on my entrepreneurial journey. And I wish I could cover it all in a single book. But, to do you the service I wish I had, I cannot. The devil is in the details. Excellence exists in the depth of knowledge and nuances. That's what separates the greats from everyone else. I hope that in all the content I produce you see my dedication to this detail and nuance that makes all the difference. These lessons were hard-won. I hope you've enjoyed this first volume in my offers series. Before we move forward into Volume 2, where we'll be focusing on lead generation, as mentioned above, I wanted to circle back to where we started. After reading this book, I hope, 1, you're well on the path to creating your first Grand Slam offer. Or at the very least, can take components that you were missing in your offer to make it more compelling to your market. 2, I've delivered on my promise from the beginning of this book, that investing 2 to 3 hours of your time here would yield you a far higher return than just about anything else you could do. 3, I hope in return I've taken one small step towards earning the thing I value most from you, your trust. Finally, I hope this book creates a small dent in improving the world because I believe no one is coming to save us. It's up to us, as entrepreneurs, to innovate our way into a better world. And that's something I'm willing to devote my life to. And I hope you are, too. I'm grateful for your attention. You could have given it to anything, and you chose to invest it with me. I take it in high regard. So, sincerely, thank you. Stay hungry, Alex. P.S. Golden ticket. Admit one if you're doing $3 million to $50 million per year and you'd like my help one-on-one scaling your business, go to acquisition.com. Specifically, we help service, education, training, consulting, brick and mortar, or niche licensing companies scale so profitably they only have to get rich once. I'm not the make your first dollar person, I'm the make the last dollar you'll ever need to make person. If that sounds like you, you're savvy enough to figure out how to get a hold of me on my site and book a call. Would love to meet you and hear about your business and see if we can help. Would you be opposed to growing faster? If not, next book. You can check out my next book, aptly named Acquisition. Volume 2 Lead Generation, which covers lead generation. You'll never run out of new customers if you follow the steps in that book. Not sure if that's the final name, but if you search for my name, you'll find it. You'll also likely be able to find it on my site acquisition.com. Audiobook. If you like listening and having all your books with you to reference, you can grab the Audible and Kindle version of any or all my books on Amazon. I like reading and listening at the same time to increase my absorption and consumption speeds. Just search for the book titles and they'll both come up. Podcast. If you like listening, I have a podcast called The Game where you can tune into short episodes that deliver tactical lessons so you can get to your goals faster. Check the podcast out here, YouTube. I have a YouTube channel with fresh tutorials a few times a week. Just search my name, Alex Hormozi, to find it. IG. You can follow me on IG if you like the more personal stuff at Hormozi.